guys! Today I want to show you the setup of my A5 planner Filofax. It seems I've chosen quite a bad time to film this because the rain is hammering down on my window. My dad is shouting because he's quite loud, and it's just started thundering. So sorry for any interruptions we have, and sorry for any bad lighting. It doesn't look like it's really picking up good lighting here. So this is my planner Filofax. I think most people use their Filofaxes as a planner. I also use my A5 Filofaxes for projects and hobbies, and that's the main use of them. I'm actually not going to be using this as a planner anymore. I'm going to be using my Midori as my planner. I'm just happier in my Midori. It just works for me better. I find it difficult to use a Filofax on a daily basis because I'm constantly terrified that I'm going to damage the rings, I'm going to scratch the leather, I'm going to dent the leather. I don't take it out of the house, which means that I need something else for my handbag for when I'm going out, and it's just frustrating to have a satellite because I'm paranoid about damaging this one, and I'd rather have it all in my Midori. So I'll show you what the setup of this is before I take everything out and start using this for another purpose, because I've got lots of A5 Filofaxes which I use for hobbies, so don't worry, I'm still going to be using it, just not as a planner. And then I'll do another video after this on the setup of my Midori planner. Okay, so this is the A5 Sienna in the espresso colour, and it's really gorgeous. It is so gorgeous. I mean, you have to see it in person to really know how lovely it is, how soft and supple the leather is. At the meetup everyone was ahhing and oohing over it. It's so gorgeous. So when you open it up, hopefully you can see inside. It's quite hard to get the big width of the A5 under the quite small legs of my tripod, so hopefully you can see it. On the left, at the meetup, Steve gave us all lots of Filofax business cards. So I've just kind of arranged them in the pockets nicely. And I've also got some post-it notes stuck back here. Because I don't use my Filofax as a wallet or anything like that, I don't really put cards in here. I mean, I might put business cards like this, but I tend to just use the pockets for post-it notes and things. Then, as ever, on the front I've got an A5 envelope insert. Under here is a sticker with my address on it, so I've covered it up. I've got a card that my mum gave me, a picture, it's an artist representation of my favourite pharaoh, and on the back I've got some Martha Stewart tabs which I'm going to reuse. And now, if you've seen Mella's video on her A5 Amica planner, which the people at Gilio, it's the A5 Amica Gilio planner. The people at Gilio gave it to her because she's such a good enabler for people to buy Gilios, and they gave it to her. And it's this gorgeous lime green, like a croco leather. It's absolutely beautiful, and they only made 2 of them. And so I know I'm never going to get my hands on one, so the only way I've been able to get anything close to that is by putting this piece of green croco card paper stuff in there. So that's as close as I can get. But it looks quite nice. It's not as good as an actual leather Gilio, but oh well. And then here's my favourite divider. It's made of scrapbooking paper card, and it's got beautiful embossed flowers on it, and this is the diary section. But I wasn't actually using my Filofax as my diary, so I've only just started, and because I'm not using this anymore, then I've only got this 1 week's worth. So I colour code, and I've also been trying to pretty it up with some washi tape along the top and some stamps in the corner and when there's a big space, that kind of thing. And I've also punched a flowery punch into the corner, and then I've got the rest of the year in here, but I'm not going to be using it as my diary anymore, so I won't be using that. Then I've got the second divider, it's organisation. So this is basically where all my planning lists are, which you take the planning from here, you know, the tasks that you have to do, and you schedule them into the diary. I'm going to be transferring all of these sections over into my Midori because this is the setup that works for me. So this is my ongoing to-do list, which doesn't have to be done this week, but does have to be done at some point relatively soon. Now I've got a Martha Stewart top tab saying to do, so I can flick to it. Sorry if you can hear that. My dad's up the stairs trying to fill damp on my walls, and my brother's shouting to him. A waiting for list, a shopping list. So basically all in this section, this front bit of the organisation section, is current stuff, is current lists and things that I have to keep in mind at the moment. Then I've got a divider and a tab for the non-current stuff. I have a list of things that I have to consider integrating into my diary every Sunday evening when I do planning for the week ahead, and that hopefully keeps me on task for kind of my hobbies and my projects and things I've got to do every week. And someday maybe to-do list, planning for my mum's birthday, planning for Christmas presents for my family, and my colour coding, and then some to-do sheets. And then I've got these top tabs. So all of the top tabs in my... trying to let you see. All of the top tabs in my Filofax are related to the organisation section. So this is my routine section. So I've got morning and night routines. 5 minutes of daily things to do when tidying my room. If I only spend 5 minutes tidying my room, it's going to make a difference, and these are the quick things that I can do to make that difference in the 5 minutes. And then like weekly or monthly tidying and cleaning in my room. And then if my parents go away, these are the things that I've got to do, just running the house every day when they're away. Things like making sure I've locked up, feeding the animals. I mean, I know this stuff, but if I forget one step, I can track this and go, oh, that's what I forgot to do, I'll do it now. And it would just mean that I sleep easier because I haven't forgotten to do something important like water the plants or something. Because this was, they were away in July, so we had to water the plants every day. So I've got another top tab, and this is for record, as in recording important things that have happened but aren't relevant to a specific date in my diary. So, you know, I haven't actually got anything in there at the moment, but when I have got something important, like for example, if one of my animals is ill, then I can write about that and that sort of thing, then I can keep track of it. And then I've got 3 top tabs. It's really hard to show you because the A5 Filofax is quite big to fit in the screen. So I've got goals, hobbies and projects. So goals is 2013 resolutions, and then a goals breakdown, how to break it down from resolutions to yearly goals, quarterly goals, monthly goals and weekly focuses that I should focus on that week. 2013 goals, which I haven't really been doing anything with. Then my hobbies section. This is really for push hobbies. What I call push hobbies are like the ones that I don't do on a regular basis. I have to actually push myself to do them. I've got some like filofaxing, crafting, that kind of thing that I'll do without trying. You know, they'll just be the things that I enjoy doing in the evening, so I'll just do them whenever I want. But then there are some things like knitting and cross stitch, like I want to make baby blankets for charity, that kind of thing, and I have to make sure I do at least a couple of days a week of that in the evening to really make a difference, make progress with that hobby. And then I've just got a little sign that says push hobbies. Haven't really got anything back here. Learning multiple languages simultaneously, some tips on that, even though I'm not making really much progress on there. And then a blog section. That's boring. I'm neglecting my blog. I'm sorry. I'm a bit lazy at the moment. Videos to make and stuff. And then so that all comes under my hobby section. And then this is projects. So I'll have a list of ongoing projects here. Well, I would if I was still using this Filofax. Oh, that was for when I was applying for jobs. I have to scan all my old uni work because I want to get rid of the paper copies and save the scanned copies. So that's how to do that. Stuff to sort in my room. Trying to design a baby blanket. Trying to organise my iTunes. So it's just ongoing projects, and this is the albums that I've copied from my CDs onto my computer so I can get rid of the CDs. So it's just multi-step projects. And then this is the list section, but I created so I've got a label maker. I created one of these designed labels for it and lost it before I stuck it on, so I'll have to make another one. Because I'll still use these tabs, but just not in this planner. So there's a list of lists. I like making random lists. I love doing it. So I've got a list of the playlists I have on YouTube, a list of stuff I can do when I'm bored, a list of the programs I like to watch on TV, but I have to update this. I was just testing out the colours of my favourite pens. A list of things to do when me and my mum go to London sometime in the future. A list of my favourite toiletries, because I tend to buy different toiletries and then they don't work for me, and I've got a whole bottle of a particular type of toiletry that doesn't work for me, and so if I just buy the ones that do work for me, I save money. Ideas for Sims 3. That isn't really a list, but... And then I've got my thinking of buying list. So if I'm thinking of buying something, I write it on here. And then if, say, after a month or so, I still really want it, because I tend to want things for a few weeks, and then after 3 weeks I go, oh, I don't want that anymore. So I'm very glad I didn't buy it on a whim, on impulse, because in 3 weeks I don't want it. So if it's on my thinking about buying list and I still want it after a few weeks, I'll move it to my wish list. And then if I still want it after a few weeks on my wish list, I can move it to Christmas list, birthday list, or actually buy it myself. And then here's some random lists. Charities I would give £10,000 to if I won the lottery. So Cancer Research, World Wildlife Fund, Great Ormond Street, Comic Relief, Children in Need, Macmillan, RSPCA and Red Cross. That's what I've got so far. And I've decorated it with a stamp and some washi tape. Animals I want to hug. Yes, I actually have a list of animals I want to hug. I know I never will, but I'd like to. A baby chimpanzee, a baby orangutan, a baby panda, a red panda, an old English sheepdog, and a St Bernard's a St Bernard's dog. They're more huggable, I think. Yeah, a baby lion and a baby tiger, maybe not. A meerkat and a koala. See, I like making random lists. I'm weird. Lists in another Filofax so I don't duplicate them. And my notes section, which doesn't have much in it. Here's my pretty sticker ruler. I covered a ruler with stickers. I love it. I don't use my bumpy stickers very often, so I use them on here. I'm thinking of doing yoga, so I need to do some research, so I made a page for that. And then here's just a little divider to section off the paper that I keep in here. So I do keep a lot of spare paper in here so that I don't have to scramble around trying to find one. And then I start writing on a piece of paper in here, and then I'll take it out of the rings, or I should take it out of the rings and move it over into the front of my notes section here to file away properly, but I haven't moved this one. This was just, this was when I was in Paper Chase and Tottenham Court Road trying to work out if I needed to buy a new fountain pen or if I could just use the pens I already had. I didn't buy a new fountain pen. Well, I did earlier in the day. We went to Paper Chase twice on Saturday at the Filofaxy meetup, and I bought one pen in the morning, and then I bought 2 converters for my other Lammies. And then I didn't buy another Lammy pen, because I think I'll get it for Christmas anyway. I love Lammies, Lammy Safaris, Lammy All-Stars. I've got a whole pencil case full. I should do a video on that. Okay, now I'm waffling. And this is my reference section. I won't show you what's in here because there's some addresses and things, but it's things like my mum and dad's working timetable, important addresses, important numbers like my national insurance number and my NHS number.